Hi guys, welcome to Gatematic. In this lecture, we will see the concept of Lenz law and we will solve some problem that has been asked in GATE exam from this concept. So let's get started. So before watching this lecture, I am considering that you know the concept of transformer and you have watched all the NPTEL lecture that is already included in playlist, and I have told you that you should complete all the 17 lecture then proceed to this lecture. Okay, now let's move to this lecture, that is the concept of Lenz law. So before starting Lenz law, you should know that what is Faraday law. Faraday first law say that a current carrying coil always produce magnetic field. So you know this. Okay, now the Faraday second law is a time varying flux always produce magnetic field, means E is equal to d phi by dt. This much you should know. If you have gone through the NPTEL lecture, then you know these two law. Now talk about the Lenz law. What does Lenz law say? According to Lenz law, the direction of induced EMF is such that if it is allowed to cause the current by short circuiting the coil, then the current so produced oppose the cause. This is the statement. Okay, and most of the guy don't know how to apply this statement in solving the circuit. That's why I made this lecture. Now see, this is the transformer and this is the primary winding, this is the secondary winding. Now if I will apply alternating voltage, Vt is equal to Vm sine omega t. This is time varying. Okay, so flux is produced phi, which is also a time varying flux. So we know that a time varying flux always produce EMF, always induced EMF in the circuit according to Faraday of second law. Now this flux, the direction of this flux depends upon the direction of primary current. Suppose the direction of primary current at any instant is I1 and this is something like this in this core. So according to right hand thumb rule, curl the finger along the direction of current, then the direction of thumb will give you the direction of flux. So flux direction will be somehow from down to up and it will move like this in this core. So direction of flux will be something like this. Now this flux is time varying and it will cut the secondary coil. That means EMF will induced in the secondary coil. Now we have to apply the Lenz law. Suppose I am short circuiting this secondary terminal by some minimum resistance, let us say R, and R is having minimum value. Okay, so if I am connecting load RL, then what is Lenz law say? By short circuiting the coil, I am not short circuiting, I am connecting one resistance RL whose value is very less. So that means we can assume that I am short circuiting the coil. Then the current so produce oppose the cause. What is the cause? Cause is the flux. Now let us assume that if I will short circuit this terminal, then current is producing I2 whose direction is something like this. Okay, that means the coil current direction I2 will be something like this. Got it? Now apply the right hand thumb rule in order to find the flux phi 2. So if you will apply right hand thumb rule, then the direction of flux phi 2 will be something like this. This is the direction of flux phi 2. Now this flux phi 2, you can see that it is opposing the main flux. That means Lenz law is already included in this circuit. Okay, that means that polarity of EMF E2 will be something like this. According to the direction of current, the polarity of EMF E2 will be something like this, and E2 will be equal to I2 into RL, or you can say that this is equal to N2, number of turns, N2 d phi by dt. Here we are not applying the negative sign because Lenz law is already included in the direction of current. Got it? Now see the second example. Let us apply Vt is equal to Vm sine omega t. Then the direction of current in the primary turns will be something like this, means the flux I will get that is equal to, that is in clockwise direction. Okay, now this flux will cut the secondary coil and EMF is induced across it. Now according to Lenz law, if I will apply load or if I will short circuit, I am applying load RL. Okay, and direction, I am assuming that the direction of current will be something like this. Let us say that the direction of current will be I2 and it is something like this. So in this secondary coil the direction of current will be like this. Okay, so the direction of flux produced by the secondary coil will be something like this according to right hand thumb rule phi 2. Now see, this phi 2 is not opposing the main flux, right? Means the direction of I2 we have assumed is not the correct direction. According to Lenz law, the direction of I2 is such that it should oppose the cause. But according to this direction, I2, the phi 2 is aiding the main flux. It is not opposing. That means actual direction of current is not like this. Now see, according to this current direction, the direction of the polarity of EMF induced across it will be something like this from minus to plus. Okay, so I can write this E2 will be equal to minus of N2 d phi upon dt. Why we have taken minus here? Because what we have assumed in the direction of current, that is not opposing the main flux. So Lenz law is not included here. So we have to include the Lenz law in the formula. Got it? So if Lenz law is included, then no need to write, no need to apply the minus sign. And if Lenz law is not included, then we should take E2 in negative. Got it? So with this concept, if you have understood the Lenz law, then let us solve some previous year gate problem. See the first problem. This has been asked in GATE 1991. The relative current direction through the primary P and secondary S of the single phase transformer connected to a resistive load on the secondary side are indicated in the various cross-sectional view. Which of these are the correct representation? Here cross represent that the current is entering into the paper, and dot represent that current is leaving out of the paper. Okay, in primary side, see the first option. In primary side, dot this is cross and this is dot, means here current is entering into the paper and here current is leaving out of the paper. So according to right hand thumb rule, what is the direction of flux? The direction of flux you will get something like this. This is the direction of flux. So flux direction I am getting according to the convention given is anti-clockwise. Okay, now this see this see the flux direction in secondary. This is something like from down to up. Now according to the direction of current in the secondary, see this is dot, means current is leaving out of the paper, and this is cross, means current is entering into the paper. So direction of flux phi 2, this is the direction of flux phi, and the direction of flux phi 2 I will get according to the this convention is from top to bottom. This is the direction of flux phi 2. Apply right hand thumb rule, you will get the direction of flux phi 2 like this. So according to Lenz law, this flux phi 2 is opposing the main flux, right? Means Lenz law is already included. So option A is correct. Now see the option 2. First find the flux direction in primary coil. The flux direction in primary coil according to the current direction will be cross represent current entering into the paper and dot represent current is leaving out of the paper. So according to this, the flux direction in primary will be from up to down like this. Now find the flux direction in secondary phi 2. So flux direction in secondary coil according to the current direction given, apply right hand thumb rule, you will get from up to down. This is flux phi 2 and this is flux phi. Now see, the flux phi 2 is main opposing the main flux. That means Lenz law is included. So convention, the direction of current is given, that is correct direction. That is the correct representation. So option B is also correct. Now see the option C. First find the direction of flux in primary coil. The direction of flux in primary coil will be according to right hand thumb rule, that is from down to up. This is the flux direction phi. Now find the flux direction in secondary coil. The flux direction in secondary coil according to this convention, this is dot and this is cross. Apply right hand thumb rule, you will get flux direction phi 2 same as the direction of flux phi. So here it is not opposing, it is aiding. That means this is not the correct representation. So option C is wrong. Now see the option D. First find the direction of flux in the primary coil according to the current direction. The direction of flux phi you will get, that is from down to up like this. Now this flux phi will move in clockwise direction, it is something like this. So flux phi in secondary coil will be from top to bottom. Now find the flux direction phi 2 in the secondary coil. The flux direction in phi 2 in the secondary coil according to this convention, current is entering into the paper and current is leaving out of the paper, apply right hand thumb rule, you will get flux phi 2 in the same direction as flux phi 1. So both are not opposing, means Lenz law is not included here. So this is not the correct way to represent the direction of current. Okay, so only option A and option B are correct. Now see the next question. This is important question. The core of two winding transformer is subjected to a magnetic flux variation as indicated in the figure. The flux waveform is given, okay, and the direction of flux is given in the core. This is the direction of flux, means in the secondary the direction of flux is from top to bottom. Here N1 is given 100 and N2 is given 200, and according to this circuit the direction of E2, the E2 polarity is given something like this, from plus to minus, it is given like this. Okay, so first find whether the Lenz law is included or not. First we have to find whether the Lenz law is included or not. So if I will connect a load here, then how the direction of current will be? The direction of current will be from left to right in the coil. That means the coil, secondary coil, having current direction like this. So according to this, the flux phi 2 will have direction from bottom to top like this, according to right hand thumb rule. Curl your finger along the direction of current, the direction of thumb will give you the flux. So flux phi 2, you can see that opposing the main flux. Okay, that means Lenz law is already included. Means what is the value of E2? E2 will be equal to N2 d phi upon dt. Do not take negative sign here, because in the polarity of EMF Lenz law is already included. Okay, so do not take the negative sign here. Now the waveform of phi 2 is given. The waveform of phi 2 is from 0 to 1 it is like this, 1 to 2 it is constant, and from 2 to 2.5 it has a negative slope. This is 2, this is 2.5, and this is 1, and this is having maximum value that is equal to 0.12 Weber, and this is the time axis. Differentiate this waveform. See the equation. This is the equation of a straight line. Let us say y is equal to slope mx mt. So m is the slope 0.12 and this is 1, so 0.12 into t. Differentiate this y, so dy by dt you will get that is equal to 0.12, having a constant value, so and it is positive. So d phi by dt, this is the phi t and this is d phi by dt. So d phi by dt from 0 to 1 it is constant value, that is 0.12, and from 1 to 2 if you will differentiate the constant value you will get 0. So from 1 to 2 0, again from 2 to 2.5 this is having negative slope, so you will get negative value. And what is the value? Slope is given, that is 0.12 divided by 0.5, it will be equal to 0.24 and it will be in negative. So this is the d phi by dt, and we have to find the waveform of E2. E2 is N2 d phi by dt, that is equal to N2 is given as 200 d phi by dt. So multiply this waveform by 200, you will get E2. So E2 will be equal to 200 multiplied by 1.12, that is equal to 24 volt from 1 to 2, and from 2 to 2.5 it will be minus 48 volt. So option A I am getting. Now if you will not apply the Lenz law correctly, then you will get option B, that is absolutely wrong. Most of the guys, they will take E2 is equal to minus N2 d phi upon dt. That is absolutely wrong, because the polarity of, according to the polarity of E2, the Lenz law is already included. Okay, suppose in this question the polarity of E2 was given from minus to plus, then we can apply this negative sign, because here Lenz law is not included. According to this polarity, the flux phi 2 is adding the main flux. Okay, so you can go through this equation if the polarity of E2 is from minus to plus. But here in the question the polarity of E2 is given such that Lenz law is already included, so no need to apply negative sign in the EMF equation. Got it? So what is the conclusion of this whole lecture? The conclusion is, first find the direction of flux phi 2. If the direction of flux phi 2 is opposing the main flux, that means Lenz law is already included and you don't have to put negative sign in the EMF equation. Okay, Now, if the direction of flux phi 2 is aiding the main flux, means it is not opposing, then you have to put negative sign in the EMF equation and after that find the correct option. So that is the conclusion of this lecture. That's all about this lecture. See you in the next lecture.